The crowds waved Catalan separatist flags as they marched against the decision to impose direct rule. Thousands of protesters marched through the streets of Barcelona today, sparking fears of a civil war after Spain's prime minister requested special powers to impose direct rule on Catalonia. As the region's president was threatened with arrest, he declared it the worst attack on Catalonia since military dictator Francisco Franco in a passionate speech to the crowds. Pro-independence Catalans gathered in the Spanish city this afternoon to demonstrate against Mariano Rajoy after a dramatic press conference. The crowds waved Catalan separatist flags as they marched against the decision and the imprisonment of civil society leaders Jordi Sanchez and Jordi Cuixart, both leading figures in the October 1 referendum. Catalonia leader Carles Puigdemont gave a speech after joining the afternoon protest, saying in a mix of Catalan, Spanish, and English, the Spanish government has waged the worst attack on institutions and Catalan people since the decrees of military dictator Francisco Franco abolishing the Catalan government. I ask the parliament to meet in a plenary session during which we, the representatives of the citizens' sovereignty, will be able to decide over this attempt to liquidate our government and our democracy and act in consequence. Police said that by 5:30 p.m., 450,000 people had joined the demonstration before Puigdemont said the region would not accept Madrid's plans. Spanish authorities are reportedly preparing to arrest Puigdemont and charge him with rebellion if he declares independence for Catalonia. President Rajoy needs the permission of Spain's parliament to exercise the legal measures which he wants to use to curb the region's power, dissolve the government, and call a national election within 6 months. The decision follows a partial referendum held in the eastern region of the country earlier this month that saw violence break out as police dragged voters out of polling stations. If approved, Mr. Rajoy said his actions would restore the law, make sure regional institutions were neutral, and guarantee public services and economic activity as well as preserve the civil rights of all citizens. The constitutional powers have never been used before and is an attempt to stop Catalonia from breaking away. Mr. Rajoy, who unveiled the plans after a meeting of his cabinet, will gain popular approval for his actions if he wins the proposed election. His government's attorney general said they were prepared to arrest the Catalan president, Carles Puigdemont, if he declared independence for the region. The Spanish Senate, the upper house of the country's parliament, will vote on whether or not to approve Mr. Rajoy's request on October 27. The unofficial referendum on October 1 saw nearly half of Catalan citizens turn out and vote overwhelmingly in support of independence. Earlier today, a spokeswoman for Spain's constitutional court said its website has been hacked. The cyber attack is thought to be part of a web campaign called Operation Free Catalonia launched by online activist group Anonymous. She said